didn't take too much time off when the season ended. Had my little injury, but got that right as soon as I got my hand right. Got right back to working. Still got a lot to prove, a lot of people don't respect all the work that I've done, and I got a lot to prove. I'm taking a real personal issue.
What's your goal for next season? What would you like to do yourself and
just be noticed. Find a way to be noticed and, demand that respect. I'm not taking no for an answer this year.
Miles Sanders is one of the most polarizing fantasy football players in the entire league. There are a lot of naysayers, and for good reason. However, a new year brings new opportunities. Miles Sanders is one of those opportunities, and we're going to give you 3 reasons why. Triple Play Fantasy's YouTube channel is here to help you win your leagues. So make sure you smash that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get into the Miles Sanders hate before we talk about why you should love. Miles Sanders is a 25-year-old, 5'11", 211-pound second-round pick out of Penn State. The Eagles drafted him as the heir apparent to LaShawn McCoy, as he was the highest Eagles running back drafted since McCoy. The Eagles had every intention of having Sanders be the focal point of the offense. His speed is his best quality, as his 4.49 40-yard dash was 80th percentile in his class, and his agility score was 85th percentile. He had a strong rookie year, finishing RB15 with over 800 yards rushing, 500 yards receiving, and 6 touchdowns. However, it's been downhill from there though, as he only played 12 games in both 2020 and 2021, with 6 touchdowns total between both seasons. So what's with the downward trend? In a word, injuries. He suffered a slight hamstring injury in August 2020, which kept him out of a game. Then a knee injury in October 2020 that had him miss 2 games. In December 2020, he sprained his patella and missed the season finale. In October 2021, he suffered an ankle injury in Week 7 and missed 3 games. Then in November, he suffered another ankle injury, but was available next game. He then re-injured the ankle that bothered him in Week 7, but was fine for the next game. Then he broke his hand in December 2021 and missed 2 games. The hand injury I'm not worried about, but the knee-ankle-hamstring combo is incredibly important and easily susceptible for re-injury. It's not so much that Sanders has had devastating injuries, it's that he's been out enough that the Eagles have had to game plan without him, and they've learned to prefer an offense that has him as the head running back by committee, as opposed to the workhorse back that he was drafted to be. While all of these is a valid reason to avoid the running back, if you look deeper into the numbers, there's a reason to be optimistic. Firstly, it's easy to look at Miles Sanders' numbers and not be too impressed, but his production when he's been healthy has been literally historic. His 5.04 career rushing average is 8th highest in NFL history among running backs with at least 500 carries. And that's higher than every Hall of Fame running back other than Jim Brown. He's one of only 7 running backs to begin his career with 3 straight seasons with 750 rushing yards and an average of 4.5 yards per carry or higher. He's also one of only 9 backs in history to average 5.3 yards per carry or higher in back-to-back seasons. If that player stays healthy, he's a bona fide RB1. Secondly, I believe Miles Sanders' touchdowns will regress upwards to the mean in 2022. The Eagles changed their offensive philosophy in the second half of the season last year. Bear with me here as I break down some stats. In weeks 1 through 6, Sanders had 9.5 carries per game, 4.7 yards per rush, 2.63 yards after contact, and 10.5% of carries gained 16 or more yards. In weeks 11 through 16, however, Sanders had 15 carries per game, 6.1 yards per rush, 3.15 yards after contact, 10.8% of carries gained 16 or more yards. The splits of his snaps were also different, as he got 66% of the Eagles' overall running back touches and 4 of 6 touches inside the 10 for weeks 1 through 6. In weeks 11 through 16, however, he had 46% of the Eagles' running back touches and 6 of 14 touches inside the 10. If you recall the injury list we just went through, it gives me reason to believe this was primarily because he wasn't fully healthy, as opposed to running back by committee being the new way of life. Further, Jalen Hurts won't get every goal line touchdown going forward. That's not a sustainable pattern for Hurts or the Eagles. I think you can expect more touchdowns for Sanders this year, as well as overall running back carry share. And lastly, Howie Roseman was asked what he thinks of Miles Sanders entering the last year of his contract, and if they are expected to draft a running back in the draft based on their contract negotiations. Not only did the Eagles not draft a running back, but he responded with optimism, saying he likes Miles Sanders a lot and thinks of him as a heck of a player and a heck of a person, and that they've seen a lot of people improve in their 4th year. He then went on to say, "We haven't seen everything Miles can give this team yet. He knows Miles wants to get into the end zone more." Roseman's point is that Dallas Goedert, Sweat, Maddox, and Maliata all had their best career seasons in their 4th year. Roseman's mindset gives me further optimism that we will see touchdown regression upwards to the mean. They will want to see if Sanders is worth the money for a second contract with the Eagles. It sounds like he'll get every opportunity to show why he's worth it. Despite all the injuries that have caused him to miss snaps, Sanders has the second most scrimmage yards of any Eagle in franchise history through 40 games, just 416 fewer than LaShawn McCoy. That's more than Deshaun Jackson and Brian Westbrook. He's been a success despite the hate he gets in the fantasy community, and I believe this year you'll see fantasy success as well.